Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to part 3 of the Getting into the Master System playlist. Part 1 was all about just general reasons why the Master System's great. Part 2 is about the just different models of the Master System and which one I would recommend. And part 3 now is about great day one pickups. Games that I would recommend you pick up in the just first couple of days after you get your master system, maybe even when you get your system. Because these are generally great games, they are very common, and most of all, very, very cheap. This list is based on PAL games, so if you're in the US, you may have to pick different games because Master System games are just not common in general over there. But these games in the area where I live, when I go to a game store that has Master System games, these games are always there. And the first one, and one of my favorites on the entire console, the Ninja, a great top-down commando-style shooting game that's so much fun to play. You have like shurikens, you can gather power-ups, and you have to make your way to that Japanese castle and find hidden scrolls on the way to find the true ending. It's just for a simple game like this, it's very deep and very has a lot of variety. It's generally a great game. There's also a port on the SG-1000, which I did a playthrough of. Please check out the description for a link to that. And it's based on a arcade game, The Ninja Princess. So it is really fun and one of the best Master System games, in my opinion. Then we have, I don't think this came out in the US, so you may not find this as easily, but it is rather cheap on eBay. Castle of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse. This is a port of the Mega Drive game that most people are more familiar with, but it's completely different and in my opinion a lot better than the Mega Drive game. And that says a lot, because the Mega Drive game is almost perfect. It's just so beautiful. But this one has a lot more gameplay tweaks and it's just so much fun. You go through different worlds that look familiar to the people who played the Mega Drive version. This is also on the Game Gear, so if you have a Game Gear, get this as well. It's just such a fun and amazing game. Please get this. It's really cheap and very common. Another one of my absolute favorite Master System games, Enduro Racer. Just a simple isometric racing game with motorcycles, but so much fun. It's so much fun to just get good times and make a way through the game. Sadly, half of the game is cut out of this version. The Japanese version is actually twice as long and a lot harder. So we get a kind of worse version. So if you have an emulator, check that out. But until then, if you have an actual Master System and you can't play imports, this is amazing. Please check this game out. It's no less fun than the Japanese version, just a lot shorter and there's less variety. And no, one of the most common games on the Master System in Europe. It's one of the rarer games and one of the rarest in the US. And it is my favorite game on the entire console. This is one of my favorite games in general. What else could it be? Sonic the Hedgehog. The first Sonic the Hedgehog is just platforming perfection. Music is amazing, graphics are really great. Not as good as the later Sonic games on the Master System, but it's just such a beautiful and fun game. I can play through this all the time, over and over again. I did 2 playthroughs of it on this channel. Please check them out in the description. So I so highly recommend this game. It's such an amazing game, also available on the Game Gear. If you get a Master System and not this game from the get-go, you're just doing things wrong. So please check this out. And that's it for my day one pickups. They are just, honestly, I tried to pick the 4 games I could just play over and over again without stopping, and that are cheap and common, and these are very high on the top of Master System games. highly, highly recommend these games, and I hope I see you in the next episode. Please tell me in the comments of games that you recommend for day one pickups. Bye.